Hey, welcome to another episode. I'm Dr. Frankensteel, and for the past year I've been driving around with a sculpture in the back of my truck. I made the sculpture back when I was like 22, 23, and I moved to the Central Coast about 5 years ago. So I'm 37 right now. This thing was made a long time ago. Now that I'm on the Central Coast, I'm slowly kind of moving my art from where I was living to either here or trying to get rid of it. So I put it in the back of my truck because I don't really have room where I'm at. I just keep it back there. I put stickers on the side of my truck to kind of get like advertisement for my YouTube channel, because that's what I do here. I build metal sculptures and work on different kinds of projects. People are always asking me questions about the sculpture that I'm hauling around. How much does it weigh? What's it made out of? Oh, I bet you would get better gas mileage if you take that thing out of the back of your truck. How much do you sell something like that for? You know, if I'm gonna be driving around, I might as well put a sculpture in the back of my truck, show it off. Maybe I might sell it. Maybe I'll find it in a new home. Or when people are going to the grocery store, they have something cool to look at. Something a little different. So I got tired of looking at my sculpture, so I went ahead and brought it down south. And it's been like a year, maybe a year and a half since I've been hauling it around, and nothing's come about me having it back there other than people looking me up channel. Maybe it was you. Maybe you are watching this channel because you saw a sticker on the side of my truck with the sculpture. But I brought it down south. I got to get rid of my truck, and I don't have room for the sculpture here. So I brought it down there, and I was gonna go ahead and lift it out. Hopefully you'll be able to tell by how it's lifted out how much it actually weighs, which is not really much. It's kind of comparable to a refrigerator or washer and dryer. Regular people lift those around, but this thing's it's big and bulky and just, you know, kind of weird to where you got to grab it from and how you got to do it. It's more awkward than heavy. You'll see later on how it's lifted out. But the sculpture is made from mild steel. I've got some motorcycle chain in there, some fin-stop finials, a lot of sheet metal. Sheet metal anywhere from 18 gauge to 24 gauge. All depends on what I was buying at the time. It took me about 6 months to build, on and off, and it was pretty much on my free time. It wasn't solid. I was working a full-time job. I had just gotten my first welding job at Northwest Pipe when I was building it. Now, when people ask, how much does something like that go for? There isn't really much like that. It's just a piece of art, you know. It's one of a kind. I can add up all my hours and materials put into it, roll it up, and give you the price tag, and I'd never be able to sell it for that price. Also, people always ask how much I'm selling it for, and they will never. I've never experienced someone being like, "Hey, I'll give you $5,000 for it. I'll give you $5,000 right now," or "Hey, I'll give you $500 for it. Hey, I'll give you $1,000 for it." No one has ever come up to me like that. It's weird. But they always just want to wonder how much it's selling for, and they're just like, "Oh, cool." Like how much it weighs, or, man, you got a lot of time on your hands to be building stuff like this. You know, I want to build stuff like this. It's something that not a lot of people do, and it's always something different, and it's something that you want to do. It's a labor of love. It's art. So the sculpture is modeled after the Todd McFarlane character Spawn comics. I like the big gauntlets and the big boots with the chain, the skulls, and the whole gothic aspect of it. The whole gothic style. I didn't know a whole lot about fabrication. I had just come out of welding school. And in welding school, all they do is they just teach you how to weld. Just weld. Just to run a test. Different positions, different rods, different wires. MIG, TIG, stick, oxyacetylene cutting, welding, brazing, using a grinder, scarfing, but nothing with a tape measure or building something. It's just two plates together. Just two plates, roll it up. So yeah, after welding school, I got an itch to just want to build something. I didn't have a welding job or any job at the time. I was working for my parents in the carnival. I really just wanted to kind of branch out and do something else. I really didn't want to be a carny anymore. At the time of me unloading the sculpture out of the back of my truck, it is like 105 in Hesperia. It's 105 where I'm at my mom's house in her backyard. So I was trying to get it done. I was trying to unload the sculpture the quickest way I could and just get out of there. It was too hot. I just wanted to come back to the Central Coast. Central Coast is nice. Nice weather here. Yeah, so to solve how heavy, or to answer your question about how heavy it is, we're gonna go ahead and lift it out. I'm gonna go ahead and lift it out of my truck, and you be the judge. Look at how look at the tire to the bed and see how much it lifts up when I lift the sculpture off of the truck. That'll tell you how much, because you can kind of tell when someone steps on the truck how the truck kind of like sinks down when they step on it. Just pay attention to that. But if you like this kind of content and want to see more, like and subscribe, and stay tuned. So let's get to the video.